I don't bring anything to the table. I'm a woman. I can have babies.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
What do you do for work?
I think I want to stay single forever.
I've let friendships go, and I've let hobbies go, and I've let everything go to invest all of myself into that relationship.
When a man comes up to me and he asks me my name, I say to him, maybe I'll tell you my name after you buy me a drink.
You need psychiatric evaluation.
It seems like it's becoming the impossible task, dating in the UK. So many are single, so many are broken. Do you know why you're single? Or do you put it down as everyone else's fault? When you see and hear the mindset of some of the people in the UK, you'll understand my first sentence. Welcome back. I hope you're ready.
Guys, I don't blame no one for my trust issues but men. Like, if my man tells me, oh, I'm going to Streatham Tesco's, I'm not even going to ask, oh, babe, who you with? Like, what you did? I'm going to watch you go into Tesco's and come out. And if you say otherwise, then I'm going to get on to you because you lied. The f***? If my man says, oh, I'm going Brixton, like, okay, babe, I can see you. Like, go Brixton, I'm watching you. You know, like, the f***? The amount of times men lie to me, like, I have to watch what you're doing in order to believe what you're saying. Literally, period.
So this is what it's like being a woman. I just went for a little sunset walk to stretch my legs and listen to a news podcast. And I went to my local park and it was pretty empty. There's lots of benches, it's a lovely park. And I just sat on a bench, minding my own business. And a man comes up to me and says, can I sit next to you? I said, no, because there's loads of places. And then he said, oh, I just want to ask you something. I was like, no, thank you. And then he got his phone out. I was like, oh, let's something about picking music, let's pick music together. I was like, no. And he kept just pushing his phone towards me. And eventually obviously I had to go away, like, leave me alone. And then he went and sat on the bench next to me. Cool. So that was the end of my sunset walk. And that, ladies and gents, is what it's like being a woman.
This clip from Hayley and Charles. Now you don't need me to tell you that this behaviour is just disgusting. Someone's sister or someone's daughter can't even sit in the park alone and just gather her thoughts. Someone created an app called Are We Dating the Same Guy? I think it would be a good idea for someone to create an app to expose creepy men like this, so that real men can find out who these men are, and then we can have a word, or educate them, should I say, because it's disgusting. Controlling your emotions and controlling your desires is a masculine trait. As men, can we work on this? Because this is just not funny. Another pattern of thought though on this clip. Girls need to stop saying that. She never said this, but I'm just saying in general. Girls in general need to stop saying that they don't need men due to their salary. Because when you're walking alone in public, or when you're walking alone on the street or in a park or somewhere, it's not your salary that's going to protect you. It's likely to be other men that are going to protect you. Even men need other men for protection sometimes. So just be careful with that one.
I'm sorry, excuse me. I just walked past you for you're very beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. What's your name?
Lena.
My name's JJ. Nice to meet you. Where are you from, Lena?
Germany.
Oh, Germany. You speak Deutsch?
Yes, I am.
Oh, wow, yeah. Well, yeah, do you mind if do you live here or in Germany?
I live here.
Oh, you live here now? Okay, that's good. Maybe we can do something when you're free. Would you like that? Maybe we can do something when you're free. You got nice eyes, by the way.
You know what?
I can put my number into your phone.
No, sorry, I'm not interested. Sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine. Don't feel bad about it. You're welcome. Have a nice evening, okay? Take care, bye.
This clip from Still No Limit Turbo. Now this is much better than approaching a girl on a park bench, asking, shall we share music together? You know, it's a lot better than that. But at the same time, it wasn't very good. As soon as he approached her, it was just off. Now hear me out, hear me out. A lot of guys will probably say, well, at least he had the confidence to do that. I've said this before, you don't need confidence to talk to girls, unless you think girls are special. Now his approach might have worked on a girl in a small town, you know, small country town, where there's not that much people. But in the bustling streets of London, where it's loud and, you know, there's a lot going on, you gotta do better than that. Beautiful is just basic. Many girls are beautiful. Going up to a girl and saying she's beautiful, it's not really that exciting to a girl. Don't get me wrong, some girls love it, yeah? How about look at what she's wearing? Comment on that, start a conversation on that. She had earpods in. You could say, I'm intrigued to know what a girl like you's listening to. There's different ways you can approach conversations just to make them a little bit more interesting, like not just, oh, I walked past and I thought you were beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful girls out there. I respect his approach, don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. I'm just showing you a different angle. His approach was polite and calm, it wasn't rude. So still give the guy credit. We don't shoot people down unless they need to be shot. As soon as she said I'm from Germany. Now those that are not new to the channel know my thoughts already. You know what I'd be thinking. And those that are new to the channel, I prefer not to date girls from the UK. That's what it is. Instead of building the conversation more and maybe crossing the road with this girl, he said this.
Maybe we can do something when you're free. Would you like that? Maybe we can do something when you're free. You got nice eyes, by the way.
Now when you really look at the clip, this guy could have not got rejected, you know. She was actually thinking about it if you look.
You know what?
I can put my number into your phone.
No, sorry, I'm not interested, sorry.
She didn't say no very quickly.
For me, from the absolute initial interaction with a man, I'm setting the tone. So if I'm in a motive and a man comes up to me and he asks me my name, I say to him, maybe I'll tell you my name after you buy me a drink. Like from the onset. The reason why I do that is because I need to quickly find out, like, are you about to be one of those guys who's not even gonna buy me a drink? Because my time is worth the drink I asked for. And if you don't want me to have a good time, then I'm not gonna speak to you. Speaking to me is not free. I'm not saying that speaking to me is worth a £15 picante, but we need to start somewhere. Woo! And also for me, it's like, if you're speaking to me, I imagine that you want to date me. And if you want to date me, then I imagine that you want me to be in your life for a prolonged period of time, which I imagine might allude to marriage. So if you can't afford to date me, then how are you going to afford a wedding? That's kind of where my mind goes. And it starts from that initial interaction. What are you willing to do to impress me? And I'm going to keep on moving the goalposts because I felt like it. And if you don't like it, you're welcome to go, because I'm not looking for love. I'm not looking for a man. I just feel like when men come up to me, it's unfortunate for them. Like you've basically fallen into a Venus flytrap.
Definitely some sort of trap you've fallen into if you approach this girl. This clip is taken from HC Pod Clips. And you know what? I actually feel sorry for brothers in London, you know. Sometimes. Because seriously, how are you dealing with women like this? I've seen many girls from London talk like this. How are you dealing with this? Because nah, not me. Tell me in the comment section, how are you dealing with this? Because this clip is...
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from...
You know what, if I approach this girl, I'd actually feel like I've approached a man. Her energy, the clicking of the fingers, is like she wants to box man up. Not me. Speaking to me is not free, she said. What kind of babe station comment is that? Really though, how do we connect and grow with this sort of energy? Someone please tell me. See, if my nan was still alive, I know what she'd be saying about this one.
I said, don't give any woman your money, none. All when if you marry, the time come and you live and marry, they must have a job. If they don't have a job, you know, go near them. Don't give them no money, don't pay no rent, don't do nothing. If you and them go to a restaurant and it costs £5, they pay $2.50, you pay $2.50, okay? And when you come and need to look after your face, I see you soon be back. Take care.
Never invest 100% of yourself into a relationship. And I've learned this the hard way. So when my relationship has ended, I've realized that I don't have anything. My whole life was my wife and my kids, right? And now that's no longer there. It's like I feel like I've got nothing left. And I've let friendships go, and I've let hobbies go, and I've let everything go to invest all of myself into that relationship. And it's left me feeling completely lost. And you know, I hear things like that, like the thing that I'm saying right now, all over the place, and I never really took it into consideration until now, and I realize how true that is. And one of the hardest things for me to get over with this relationship breakdown is that, like, what do I do with myself now? Where do I go from here? How do I rebuild from now? And I feel like shit. I feel awful. And I think the major problem is that the one person that I would want to talk to about how I feel is the one person that I can't talk to now, because that person can't do anything to help me. And I've got nowhere else to turn. I've got no one else to talk to. I don't know what else to do. It's like I feel it's such a bizarre feeling of just being completely lost, like having no idea who I am anymore. But I have to do it for myself, and I have to do it for my kids, because they need a father. They need a man who's going to show up and show them that there's more to life than just a relationship. But it's difficult. And so this is it. Like, the weight of it falling apart has drawn me to examine who I am and why I'm here. And I have to really now put myself into rebuilding. And so this is day one of the rebuilding. This is day one of the new me. And I'm going to get through it. And I suppose this message is for any other people that are going through a similar situation. It's time to pull the socks up and get building. Let's do it.
This clip is taken from Digital Age Dad. And you know what? The first time I heard someone say that a relationship and a 9-to-5 have a lot in common, I didn't understand what they were talking about. Relationships and 9-to-5s kill your creativity and kill your goals, and just make you forget who you are and where you're actually going. They consume so much of your life, your mind and your time. It's mad. And in many cases, this is what happens when you come out of that relationship. You've got nothing. I know a lot of men that have had passions and goals in life, and then I've seen them get into relationships and all that just fades away. The amount of men that forget their friends when they're in relationships. You know, for this sort of thing to happen, and you come out and you've got no one left. I see this is so common, so common. This is why I wrote in my book that one of the 4 pillars of a strong relationship is purpose, having purpose. If you've read the book, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go too much into it in this video. But having purpose is everything in life. You have to find a balance with everything that we do in life, and never put 100% of yourself into anything. Because when that crashes, that's 100% of you gone. And that is really hard to get up from.
Good morning, happy Friday. So I need your advice. So, dilemma is, I'm facing at the minute, you men are wild. You either are too needy and you smother me and that gives me the ick, or you don't give a shit and don't respond for days, and that, to be fair, that suits me down to the ground. Or you only want one thing, and I'm not the type of girl for a friend who benefits. That just doesn't sit well with me. So how do I get back into a pool of dating? Like, what's wrong with going out for food? What is wrong with going out for food, a drink, go for a walk, have a coffee? What's happened to this? Like, why are we just now thinking it's acceptable for men? I'm guessing girls do it too, I don't really know. But why are we getting into a thing where it's acceptable for men to just message you or ring you and be like, oh, I'll come round your house? No, you won't. Because I'm a single girl living on my own, you think that you can just come to mine? No. One, no. Secondly, I'm sure you've got a house you can sit in. You don't need to sit around my house. Like, I just don't get men at the minute. I'm not saying it's all men. I'm sure there's plenty of men out there that are lovely and will cover all bases. But the men that are being presented to me at the minute, I don't think I'm going to be compatible with for anything longer than a message. So, how are we getting back into the dating field? If you've been out of it for a while, what are your tips? How do you switch your mindset? Or is it just that I am very independent and I'm just not impressed? I don't know what it is, but yeah, any ideas, help a girl out and let me know.
Helena Marie, 1994. The 3 types of men that she said she's been presented with. These men are common. I know a lot of girls that have met these sort of men. These men are very common. If all of the men that are approaching you are behaving in this manner, how about the men that you actually go for yourself? Most women choose from a pool of men that are trying to get them. Instead of independently going out and seeking what you're looking for, man of your choice. It seems like some women are only independent when they want to be. Each to their own. Dating today is harder for everyone, so I think it's only right that we all step it up a little bit. We all have to try different things that we're not used to, because what we're trying at the moment is just not working. This is why many are single. I also see a baby seat in the back of the car. That may also be a reason why it's a little bit more difficult for her in this situation. I don't know the details, but I know the dating market. I know how it works. Some girls might get triggered by what I've just said, but don't let that trigger you. Yeah? It's just a fact of society.
Man, you know when you're talking to a girl and she's saying, oh, what do you do for work? And Bro, when she's asking you what do you do for work and then you reply, she's on her MacBook, typing in the salary. Oh, how long have you been doing that for? 4 years. Boom. Boom! Bro, that's what they're doing! The experienced ones find out what company you work for, so they get more accurate description how much you're making a year, fam.
PD Barack. This clip is taken from, and you know what? You know, anytime a girl asks you what you do for work, just tell them that you're a time trader, okay? You trade a certain amount of hours a week to a company, and they pay you accordingly to the time that you've traded. After getting to know me a bit more, maybe I'll tell you a bit more detail about what I do for work, but until then, what I do for work does not define who I am as a person and how I'm going to treat you. So that is my stance on that question, because that question is a relationship killer. You could be the nicest guy. As soon as you say what you do for work, you know, it's things can change rapidly. Now, if she doesn't want to date you because, you know, you haven't told her, then just block her and move on. It's not, you know, it's nothing long, seriously. You'll see very quickly if she's more interested in you or if she's more interested in what you do for a living.
Question. What do you bring to the table?
Absolutely Nothing. You want me to bring you something to the table? Transfer me $100 million, and then I'll get some food brought to you. I don't bring anything to the table. I'm a woman. I can have babies. I've got a very tight vagina, a beautiful arse, stunning. You know, any man would be very lucky to be with me. I don't bring anything to the table.
Broad C, this clip is taken from. You want me to bring something to the table? Transfer me $100 million.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer?
We use pounds in the UK. But anyway, this question has revealed a lot about the female mind over the years. It triggers so many women. So many women get offended when they hear this question. I've seen so many women get stuck on this question and just lose all sense of reality. I'm a woman, I can have babies, was her response.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Ask a woman what she's looking for in a man. The list will be presented very quickly. Then ask her what she brings to him. And it's how dare you ask. Yeah, okay. Her last line was, any man would be lucky to be with me. I don't bring anything to the table.
Me and the man were having a conversation in the group chat, and I wanted to get your take on this hypothetical. Say I go over to my boy's crib because we said we were going to watch the football together, and when I knock on the door, his girl answers. She lets me know that he's not home, but I can come in because he'll be back in 20 minutes. Am I in the wrong for saying I'll wait in the car for him to return? And before you answer in the comments, I want you to understand all the different points that were raised. So some of the guys are making the point that me not wanting to wait alone with her is a sign that I either don't trust myself, or I don't trust her, or I feel as though she's obtainable in some sort of capacity. My perspective is I just don't want there to ever be any blurred lines. If something ever comes up, I want to be able to prove myself beyond any reasonable doubt, because everybody knows I'm never alone at the scene of the crime. Put yourself in the situation and let me know your take in the comment section. As me, are you going in the house or are you staying in the car? And as the woman, are you offended if the friend doesn't come in, or you would prefer it that way? As the guy friend, are you offended, or would you want your boy to act how I would?
_Apollo.co this clip is taken from, and for me it's very easy. I wouldn't care about who's offended by my actions either. So men are very territorial when it comes to their women, by nature. I don't need to be in the house if my boy's not there because I've came there to see my boy. I also don't need to tell her that I'm going to wait in the car. I can just say I'll be back in 20 minutes and then go and sit in the car. If my friend is offended at me because I didn't go into the house, I would just ask him, why would you need me to go into the house when you're not there? And see what he says. The question is an interesting one because I'd also like to know what you would do in the comment section below. Dating, relationships, marriage, it's all a minefield that we all have to navigate. One thing I will say though, one thing to remember always is that love is an emotion that clouds logic and reason. Don't be a lemon. Until next time, peace.
She's got me thinking of all the things I do, all the things I do. She's working undercover, but so am I. And that's your baby mama, she ain't even mine. I've never had to go anywhere, cause she's got what I need, my undercover lover. I saw potential in another brother's baby mother. You're judging me, but you don't.
Why shouldn't I give a woman my money?
Why?
Why?
No, because you're only a young person like them. You have a job, they must have a job. You're not to take up your money, they will eat you out for nothing. They will eat you that you have to go thief and broke shop. Do not give anybody, woman, your money. Don't. If you want them go to a restaurant, they pay, the food costs £10, they pay 5, you pay 5. And when they want to go to a restaurant, let them go on their own. Where is spam? Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah? You think they want bag for you much? Me see that bag with them in mind. Tell me say you won't need to put on slippers.